Oh yeah, that's right. It's that time. The time that we thank those cheese bags for supporting us on Patreon. We got a few names today, and we're going to start with none other than Andrea Anderson. Thanks, Andrea.
Thank you, Andrea. And I'd like to thank BB Herman.
BB. Thank you, BB Herman. I wonder what the BB stands for. We should ask. But another person we're thanking for more than one reason today is Coach Rat Bastard. Thanks, Coach.
Thank you, Coach. I'd like to thank our good friend Jobeth Bowers, the Judgmentalist.
The Judgmentalist. Thanks, Jobeth. We've got another name, Cheesebag Bex. Thank you, Rebecca.
Thank you, Bex. And I'd like to thank Cheesebag Calighost.
Calighost the Cheesebag. Scoop Cheeses, JW Reynolds. Thank you.
Thank you, Scoop Cheeses. I'd like to thank Leon Kassab.
Leon. That's a new name, right? Leon Kassab?
I don't think we've thanked Leon before. Thank you, Leon.
Yeah, but this name we've thanked pretty much from the beginning. Cheese Doodle Mifa. Thanks, Mifa.
Thank you, Mifa. I'd like to thank our good buddy Mitsula.
Thanks, Mitzi. And now we've got everybody's favourite Rob. That's Aussie Rob, whose cheesebag name I've actually forgotten, and I'll have to ask. Sorry, Rob, I'll get in touch.
Oh, give me a
Yes, this is an update.
This is an update. I'd like to thank Sir Baby Bell Robbins.
Thanks, Seb. Another name, Smitty. Smitty Scoop.
Thank you,
buddy.
Smitty. And finally, last but not least, I'd like to thank Tristan, the Cheesebag Supreme.
Thank you, Tristan. If you would like to have your name said by us, all you need to do is go to patreon.com/nicepodbud. Just sign up for the whatever tier it is. I don't know. We only just run it. We don't pay attention to it. And yeah, we can say your name every month. Anyway, let's do the real show. One, two, three, clap. Pulling my sleeves back down. It's cold.
We're actually on time. Like on my end, we were
Yeah,
in sync.
surprising. Hi, and welcome to Hey Buddy Nice Podcast. Over there in Scotland, a very, very sleepy baby. That is Brogan Hastings.
And over there in Australia, just as sleepy as I am, it's Wayne Jovanazzi.
We're just sleepy puppy dogs. That's all it is. There's nothing we can do about it. Look, Brogan, just because I said it, it made Brogan yawn. And now that's going to make me yawn, and that'll make Brogan yawn, and it'll be a forever loop. It'll be a programming instance where it's just stuck in an infinite loop. And then that's the end of the podcast, forever. Oh,
and now
yeah,
I've started
Brogan's
yawning,
gone again.
And now I've started yawning and I can't stop.
Fuck
This
you,
is
man.
terrible.
I'm trying my best not to yawn. Let's try a different scenario, right? Instead of yawning, you give me $300.
No.
And then see if that makes it.
No.
Oh, just no?
No.
Just no?
No.
Okay. All right.
No.
Whatever. I think I realized why we're both so tired.
Why?
Because we're just living life to the fullest, enjoying it, every moment of it.
Yeah, that's why.
Yeah, that's why. Look, you did go a week without working, though.
I did.
It must have been fun.
It was fun. It didn't feel like a break, though, because
Yeah.
it never does. I ended up taking So I was supposed to be off the Monday to... I was supposed to be off the whole week, and then I ended up taking the Friday before off as well, which was...
Okay, yeah.
God's sake, huh? And I might need you to edit out some of the yawns into here, because this is bad. This is really bad.
I was going to say, we need to decide if I'm editing out the yawns or not, because...
I think apart from the first ones, yeah, edit out the yawns.
All right. That's the last one. That is the last one.
No, I think you should edit that out too.
I'm saying it's the last one, so hopefully you don't yawn anymore, and it means less work for me. Damn it!
Oh, that felt like a good one. That felt like a
good. Should be the last. Fuck. It's now it's creeping up on me again.
Right. Okay. Start again.
Brogan has had a sip of energy drink. The yawning is now gone.
Yes. So I was supposed to be off the whole week. I ended up taking the Friday off as well, because I was Well, I took the week off because Moxie and Emily were coming over for the Fringe.
Yeah.
And I'd been texting Mox, and he was saying he was going to land on Friday, and he was a bit like, he was tired, because he'd been like across 6 different time zones in like 2 weeks at this point.
Intercontinental travel does that to a person.
Yeah. And I was like, do you want me to pick you up at the airport? He's like, would you? I was like, I will come and pick you up at the airport. When do you land? Said,
So this was just Mox arriving on their own without Emily?
No, this was Emily.
Okay, gotcha.
I was like, what time do you land? This was me texting him on Thursday. It was like, we land at like 1:30 tomorrow, I think. I can't remember the exact time, but I was like, yeah, that's fine. I will be there. So I ended up putting in for an extra day off work, went downstairs to tell my dad, and he was like, "Oh yeah, Mitchell's coming home tomorrow." And I'm like, "I'm sorry, what?"
Oh, whoa.
Yeah. I was like, what the fuck? Mitchell, my little brother, who has been away for, 10 months travelling the world?
Yeah.
That's
10 months seemed to go pretty fast.
Yeah. Apparently he tried to get into India, and they were just like, no. And he was like, okay,
Oh, wow.
I'll come home.
Why would India refuse?
I don't know. I genuinely don't know. But
all right, I'm going to start making some conspiracy theories for next episode.
But anyway, so that was my excuse, was saying to work. It's like, oh yeah, my little brother's coming home. I need to do stuff.
Yeah,
which wasn't a lie.
Yeah,
you know. But there we go. So yeah, so I ended up picking Moxie and Emily up at the airport and driving them to...
Mitchell's just sitting at the airport with his bags, no one there to pick him up at all.
My mum and dad picked him up, and I think he was getting picked up around the same time, funnily enough. And actually text Moxie and said, if you see a really tall, skinny version of me, that's my brother.
Yep.
So picked them up, took them to the flat. They had a really good flat. Bit awkward for parking and stopping a car to get stuff out, but location-wise, for like, especially for me coming in and out of town, great. Yeah. So I ended up dropping them off, went and parked the car, came back in, and we did some Fringe stuff on the Friday.
Yep.
And then that's
just straight away.
Just straight away.
Into the Fringe stuff.
I think Emily did about 3 or 4 shows on the Friday. I'm like,
wow.
I swear to God, if the Fringe was an Olympic sport, Emily would hold the gold. Holy shit.
Yeah. I wonder if there was anyone who saw more shows than Emily Jillette.
I don't think there is a single person on the planet who has seen more Fringe shows than Emily Jillette. Because holy shit, like she gets tickets for stuff that overlap. She runs from venues. Like, girl, holy shit.
Yeah, good on her.
If there's even
supporting artists,
honestly, good for her. I'm kind of jealous of the dedication to the craft.
Yeah. Yeah, you're not the kind of person who would like obsess over a particular thing and just like spend so much time on it.
Well, it's slightly different because mine's is like one thing. Emily's is many.
Well, I don't know.
Emily's is a lifestyle she focuses on.
Yeah, all right. It's a lifestyle.
Yeah.
But come on, The Nanny was basically your lifestyle for a good year there.
It still is. I'm still in love with Daniel Davis. He's so pretty. Anyway, we'll not get onto that because I will never stop.
That's right. That's why I didn't say anything.
So yeah. And basically just from that Friday until the next Friday was just Fringe shows. We've seen some good stuff. On the Friday, we've seen Cammie's show.
Cammie as in Cameron
Young, who done the Fringe show with Mox last year. He had his own show this year. I mean, he had his own show last year, but had his own show this year. There was a lot of tech issues with it. Apparently, one of the tricks that he'd set up just did not work about 10 minutes before he went on, so he had to improvise some stuff.
Hang on. Last year, wasn't Mox running tech at one point for Cammie?
No.
Okay.
Tech is run by... I can't remember what her title is, but her name's Kirsty. She's lovely. Okay. We love Kirsty.
Yeah. Shout out Kirsty.
And so we went to see that. What else did we see? God, I can't remember. I'm going to remember the show names, but I'm not going to remember in which order I've seen them.
That's fine. We don't care about continuity here.
So we seen something you would probably have liked this. It was a thing. It wasn't really a show, but it was an exhibition called Game On at the museum.
Ah.
And because Scotland is very heavily connected with the gaming industry, because we have Rockstar as a Scottish company.
Yeah, Rockstar. Yeah.
There's a lot of. It was just basically an exhibition of gaming throughout the years. So they had old cabinets set up.
Yeah.
With like an original Pac-Man where it was called Puck-Man.
Oh.
Like on the cabinet.
Because he looks like some kind of puck creature, I guess.
I think so. And schematics and original designs and drawings framed for Space Invaders.
Yeah.
And original sketches for Sonic, which was really cool. But they had like gaming machines set up like of all different kinds. There was a Sega Mega Drive. There was God, what's it called? Sinclair ZX81.
Oh wow.
Yeah, like old stuff.
Yeah.
And each had one game on it that was like, you could automatically just play.
Did they have a ColecoVision? Possibly.
Possibly, I don't know. I actually kind of want to go back and have a look.
Oh, so it's like still running.
Oh, it's still running.
Is this something that is separate from the Fringe? Like it's just a thing on at the museum for X amount of time?
I don't know, I'll be honest. I think it's like I think it's on at this time because it's the Fringe. I think you can buy tickets via the Fringe website, but it's not a Fringe thing, if that makes sense. Yeah,
they figure they capitalise on the tourism brought in by the Fringe to run this exhibition.
Pretty much. But it was very funny because we went in and Mox had been like, oh, I don't really want to, because it was like, we had tickets for 2:30. So I'd been in and Mox was like, oh, I don't know if I really want to go. And I was like, well, I'm quite interested, so I would go anyway. And he was like, oh, you can tell my mum I was there.
I don't want to look at all these olden times video games.
He, like Emily, thought it was a show.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm quite interested in seeing what it is. And he was like, oh. He's like, oh, you can tell my mum. I was like, no, your mum's coming too. And he went, oh, I guess I have to go. I was like, come on, we'll go. It's like, I was like, it's half an hour, because that's what it's listed as. It's like, okay, I can deal with half an hour. I was like, we can do that. We can go to Blackwell's. We can sit for a while until the next show. It's like, okay, cool. So we went in, and he was like, actually, this is kind of cool. Look, I'm quite interested in all this. And then he turned around, and they had a PlayStation 5 set up with Red Dead Redemption 2 on it. And he was like, oh my God. Oh my God, this is Red Dead Redemption. I was like, I see that. He's like, I love the game. I'm obsessed with this game. I was like, I know that. You've told me.
See, I was trying to play Red Dead today.
Mox has finished that game all the way through. And he was like, like hitting me. And I was like, you can play it. And I was like, are you glad we came now? He's like, I'm very glad we came.
See, look, I before recording was trying to get Red Dead Redemption 2 running on my PC, but for some reason the install broke and I had to re-download it, and now it's re-downloaded. So after this, guess what I'm doing?
Yeah,
I'm going to eat something and then I'll play Red Dead Redemption.
But it was very cool.
Shouting going on. Can you hear it?
A little bit, but it's like it sounds like a TV.
Okay, that's fine. It will easily get cut out then.
So they had Red Dead Redemption 2, a huge TV on the wall, and they had the PlayStation there and stuff. And next to it in a glass cabinet, they had like the collector's edition with all the stuff in it, which was quite cool. Like the challenge coin and the map. They had the map up on the wall. And they had the concept art.
Now, I think maybe it was Red Dead Redemption 1 when it came out. There was a collector's edition or something which came with like, it looked like a bundle of dynamite. Oh. Was that there or?
No.
No, it must have been number 1. It was very limited and you couldn't get it or something, and I was really sad that I didn't get it.
Mm. No, this one had because I think it had like a wooden chest or something. I need to go back and have a look, but it was very cool. And like the concept art and stuff. But the funniest thing about it was, because obviously Emily was there as well, Emily headed straight for the centipede cabinet.
Oh,
and beat the high score on it. So I kind of want to go back.
This is my jam.
Yeah. And Mox was like, what are you doing? I was like, because she's Emily fucking Jillette. I was sure to Mox, because I'm Emily fucking Jillette.
Now, centipede, is that controlled with like a rolly thing?
Yep.
Yeah, see, look, my thought is Emily is good at centipede because she loves golf, and the old style golf machines had that big rolly ball as well.
Well, it's funny you say that because right next to it was a golf game. And I was like, I was surprised that your mum didn't pick that. And Mox just shrugged and was like, she loves centipede. I was like, you know what?
Yeah,
Fair enough.
Yep.
They also had an old Guitar Hero set up. Which was cool.
Like the cabinet or like PS2?
PS2, I think. Because, they had one that was like, they had Rock Band set up. But in one of the, I'm trying to think how to, it wasn't an arcade cabinet, but it was like a block with a TV screen in it. And the
just controller. Like a cabinet they've made themselves.
Essentially, yeah.
Or something.
So yeah, that was really cool. And I got to play Heart-Shaped Box.
Oh, yes.
On Medium, and I was quite good at it.
Yep.
And they also had Pokemon Yellow set up on one of the TVs, which was really weird.
My mute button's not working.
No, it didn't work.
Oh, my Stream Deck is fucked.
Super fun. Technology is definitely working with us today.
Do you know what that means?
What?
I don't know how long we've been recording for.
We have...
Like, no, I mean, like, properly recording.
Yeah, I would probably say about 10, 15 minutes.
Yeah. Yep. Okay.
So yeah, I like that. That was probably one of the highlights.
Yeah.
What else did we see? Saw Umbilical Brothers, which we saw last year.
Yes.
Same show.
Was it all... Okay, so nothing new.
Not as far as I remember.
They've brought the same show back to the Fringe. I thought that's not what people did.
Some people do. I don't know. I mean, it's still a great show. I still really enjoyed it. So that was good. What else did we see? There was a couple of shows where we were like, we don't... Like, Emily was like, I kind of want Mox to want to see shows. And...
Yeah.
And we were like kind of looking at stuff, and then we were sitting in, because what Mox and I usually did was, well, Emily went to see other shows until there was the shows that we were going to as well. I would meet Mox at the flat, we would walk up, we would go to Blackwell's, and we would sit and play Magic.
Yep.
So we were sitting there playing Magic one day, and this guy came over, he's like, sorry to interrupt, do you guys like Magic? Do you like Dungeons & Dragons? And Mox was like, yeah, I like Dungeons & Dragons. He's like, well, we're doing a Dungeons & Dragons improv show just down the road in like 20 minutes. And I was like, cool, sounds cool.
Is it pay what you want?
I think it was like £5 for the tickets. It wasn't
fair enough.
Extortionate. But Mox texted Emily and I was like, yes, absolutely. And I was like, I am buying tickets now.
Cool.
So yeah, we went to see that. And it was crap.
Was it any good? Oh, it was crap.
It was crap. But like there were some funny bits, but it wasn't improv as I would expect it to be. Like, so the way the show worked was there was the plot, and
as any good show should have.
Yeah, like no, as in, so when having been to the Bucket Show, we know that you don't actually really start with a plot. You start with an idea.
Yeah, that's right. You start with the suggestion. Even
this isn't the improv part came from. So there was like about 3 or 4 dice trays under random seats. Mm-hmm. So 3 or 4 dice trays within the audience. And at any point, somebody could roll a dice, put up their hand, and you would say the number, and that would be essentially the suggestion. So one of it was like somebody now has to speak with an accent, or it's somebody's birthday. They weren't good suggestions, and it was the same suggestion. There was only one list. So if you hit like 13 twice, you know.
Yeah.
But I would have found it more interesting if they didn't really have... Because it seemed to be like they do the suggestion and then get back to the plot.
Yeah.
You know,
See,
the accent one is really the only one that tended to stick.
Yeah. What it should have been is they take 5-10 minutes at the start of the show and they get suggestions from the audience for like character creation.
Yeah.
To begin with.
Yeah.
And then a scene and what they're trying to achieve in that scene.
Yeah.
Like defeat the jelly blob or something like that.
Yeah. But there were some good aspects to it. There was one that was really quite good because the basic plot was they were in a bar and they found out that the bartender's mother has gone missing and he kind of hires them to find her. So they got to this castle and she's been kidnapped by this evil thing, whatever. But this evil thing is like taking over the world. And it's like, so why kidnap the mother? She's like, I'm not allowed to have a Milf collection. So that's just totally separate. Like I'm not allowed to have hobbies outside of collect.
Yeah.
Like dominating the world.
Do what I do.
Yeah, that bit was funny. I liked that. So yeah, it was pretty crap overall, but you know, I was genuinely happy to see Mox be like, I would go see that, and then we did go see something.
Yeah.
We saw Nina Conti.
Oh yes.
Oh, how does everybody know this name? Yeah.
Yeah, I know Nina Conti. The monkey puppet, right?
Yes. Like I recognised the name, but I wouldn't have been able to tell you anything about her.
No, she just shows up every now and then on panel shows and that.
Oh. But yeah, she was pretty good. We were like right up in the nosebleeds for it.
Yeah. So you definitely didn't see her lips move.
Yeah. It was because we had run just from another show to that show. And Emily had left the other show before us. That was it. We went to see Shamilton, which was really good.
Oh. Is this a Hamilton parody kind of thing?
Well, kind of, but not really. So, this is an improv thing, and the group is Baby Wants Candy, who Chris Grace is in.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so it was nice to see him. And basically the show it's an improvised hip-hop musical based on a suggestion from the audience.
Right.
So the suggestion for the one that we went to was Voldemort. And, Mox and I were kind of sitting there like, oh, we don't want to hear it. We'd literally just been sitting complaining about Harry Potter stuff. But it was really, really funny because half the cast didn't know enough about Harry Potter to do it properly.
A good thing, I guess, yeah.
Yeah, so that was really funny. And they are very talented and very good. I really enjoyed that a lot.
Yeah. While we're on Harry Potter briefly, did you say, I mean, I say recently, but because we haven't really recorded properly in a couple of weeks, that J.K. Rowling had their profile picture, and in their house it was just like filled with black mold behind them, and everyone was like, what the fuck you doing, man? Like, how can you live like this? You spend all your time on hate and you don't take enough time to take care of yourself. And then she just changed her profile picture.
Yikes, I didn't see that. I saw that she is potentially getting fined and sued, and potentially 5 years in jail. Like to charge Reblogcast. Thank you very much. Manifest. Anyway. So that was really good. It was nice. It was good to see Chris. I really do enjoy him. And Emily and I, Emily had left before us to get in line for Nina. And Mox and I stayed until the end. And literally, as soon as they finished, we were like up and out as the applause was going. We ran.
Time to run.
Yeah, and we made it. And I was talking to Emily about it. I was like, oh, it was really good to see Chris. And she was like, yeah. He's so like Matt Donnelly. I was like, I know.
Yeah.
Because they were both trained the same way. They move in almost the exact same way. Like it's the whole body moves.
Yeah, when Matt turns, he does that, doesn't he? And he'll keep his arms straight.
Yeah. That's exactly how Chris moves.
I can absolutely see that.
It's so funny. I love it. So I think that's a big part of why I really love Chris. It's like seeing Matt. So that was good. We saw Dylan Mulvaney.
Dylan Mulvaney. I know the name.
Dylan Mulvaney is a trans woman who... It was very strange. So there was a big controversy with Budweiser, I think, about Dylan being a spokesperson for it and stuff. But her show was basically like her trans journey. Because she... Like, when she started, she was originally like she says this in the show. I want to say Twink was to like cover it up, but she was in like Broadway stuff. I want to say Book of Mormon, one of the early productions of that. Wow. About her doing that, coming out, and then going overly feminine and trying to be all this stuff, and then actually just calm down. It's fine. You can be yourself. Yeah. So that was really good. What else? There's some other stuff as well that was. I'm
guessing you didn't see Jamoan.
No, I did not see Jamoan. Sarah Hester Ross.
Own. Yeah.
We saw Sarah Hester Ross.
I was going to say Australia's own, Irish's own Jamoan.
Yep.
Yeah, but Sarah Hester Ross, of course.
Yes, had to.
So, I have questions about Sarah Hester Ross.
Okay.
Obviously, she did Florida Man, yeah?
Yes.
Multiple times. Now, do you think my theory was kind of correct about pulling from the songs where like it's sort of a little bit pre-planned maybe, or were they completely different Florida Man songs from Scoopfest?
Completely different Florida Man, like dates.
Yeah. And different stories. That's great.
Yeah,
I like it even more.
The only one she consistently does is the October 28th maybe. But that's the Halloween party where the woman doesn't want to go, and the guy tries to hit her, but he's in like a T-Rex costume.
Yeah.
An inflatable T-Rex costume, and
there's no other type. There's no other kind of T-Rex costume.
Yeah, but so that's the only one that she did on both shows because I saw it twice. Yeah, I saw it once with Mox and Emily and once with my mum.
I was going to say, weren't you going to take your mum?
Yeah, so my mum had... I was like, oh, you should maybe see this. She was like... She stopped me. She was like, I downloaded TikTok to watch Sarah Hester Ross. And I was like,
yes,
awesome.
That's right.
It's like, I'll take Dad. And I was like,
cool,
you do you. And then I went to see it with Mox, and the first 2 songs contain the word cunt. And I was like...
Oh, only the first 2 songs?
I think the word cunt was used in the rest of it, but, you know, it was particularly in the first 2 songs. And I texted Mum, I was like, just to let you know, this word is in there.
So your dad, would he have been offended or just put off?
I think he would have been put off. I don't think he would have understood it, to be honest. I think he would have just been like, what is this? Like, what am I watching? Yep. Whereas my mum enjoyed it a lot.
Good.
To the point that she came out of the show and said, do you think I'll end up saying the C word as much as I say the word fuck when I'm older? And I was like, oh, I hope you get to the stage that, like, when you're 90. She's like, on my deathbed? I'm like, no. I'm like, in the
so
same...
you don't want your mum just dropping the C-bomb within the next 3 years continuously? Let
me finish. I think it would be really funny if she ended up doing it in the same way that my grandpa says, shoot them or hang them or stuff, or like really inappropriate stuff. Like, where she just doesn't give a fuck. You know, so when we'd be like, we'd say something, she'd just go, oh, what a cunt. We'd be like, mother!
Yeah. See, I think that is better than, because it's just everyday vernacular for me.
Yes.
So
you're also
I feel like
Australian.
that would be, yeah. I feel like that would be a lot more appropriate, a lot funnier.
Mm-hmm.
See, it loses its meaning when I say it.
Yeah. I can't seem to find the history of the shows I went to, but that's probably because Emily bought quite a few of the tickets.
Yeah.
Emily is so good to me. I love her. But yeah, there were some really good shows. I was really excited to see. I was like, just happy to go to stuff, to be honest.
To take in the culture.
Yeah, and it's funny because I don't know where the fuck I'm going in Edinburgh. The Fringe is, on the one hand, centrally located, and on the other hand, all over the place.
Yeah.
And there's so many hills and stairs in Edinburgh. Like, holy fuck.
Well, if Scotland's known for anything, it's got to be them hills, right?
Like, oh my god. Like, but in, like, Edinburgh?
Yeah.
Like, cobblestone streets?
Ooh. How's your back?
My back was fine, but honestly, Mox did say, my back is actually fucking killing me. And he was like, oh, it's because I'm hunched over. I was like, no, it's because of the cobblestones. Remember, this is how Taylor fucked his back the second time. And he went,
yeah.
Is it? I was like, yeah, did he not go to Florence? And he went, oh, so he did. I was like, yep.
The best way, I think, then to walk on cobblestone flooring is get some big pieces of plyboard, glue them to the bottom of your shoes, so more surface area, so you're not walking in on the cracks. There you go. I think that's what you should do next time you're walking around Edinburgh, Brogan. Yeah.
Like, I mean, I'm probably not going to go to Edinburgh that much. Oh, there's another one. We went to see Ricky Lindholm. That was the other one I couldn't remember. So, if you don't know who Ricky Lindholm is, Garfunkel and Oates.
Yes.
She was in that. She's done a couple other things as well. But her show was about her... It sounds depressing. Her fertility journey. Her journey to try and have a kid. Yeah. For the most part, unsuccessfully. But it was really funny because she had a song in it called Don't Google Mommy. Because obviously she has a song with Garfunkel and Oates where she talks about, you know, fuck me in the ass for Jesus or something like that. Of course. Yeah. And I leaned over to Mox and I was like, what age did you Google your dad? And he went, 7. I was like, yeah. And Emily was like, yeah, that's a bit young.
Yeah.
He was like, I didn't really understand it. I was like, I think the worst thing was when we were in Vegas and you sat and watched bullshit. And then you phoned your dad and was like, why did you say these things? So that was really good. And we went to see a thing called Mr. Chonkers.
Mr. Chonkers. That sounds like just a big fluffy cat or a fat doggo.
Well, the picture on the Fringe catalogue was like, you know when people do those puppets where they like cover the top half of their face or upside down and they put like eyes on their chin?
Yeah.
That's what it looked like. So I was expecting a puppet thing, right?
Okay.
It was not. Apparently the guy's a friend of Emily's. Now, I will say the guy was really funny. And he reminded me so much of Jimmy Slonina. Like, holy shit. Just his vibe, his energy was very chaotic Jimmy in Mystere. And it was fun. It was funny, but I think the content of the show, it was essentially the same thing repeated over and over. It was like one scene done 4 ways, and I was like, oh, I could kind of do with seeing something else now.
I've just googled Mr. Chonkers and brought up the Ed Fringe page, and it's got on the accessibility, may not apply to all performances. You'll find more information about accessible performances and how to book tickets in the accessibility tab below. Then babes in arm policy. Babies are not allowed in the venue.
Yeah.
That's all. I see what you mean by this Mr. Chonkers. It very much looks like that upside down chin.
Yeah, I genuinely, like, in my head, that's what it was. I'm looking at it now, and it's not, but it does. Yeah, it does look like that. John Norris, that's who it is. Mm-hmm. It genuinely is absurd, and I think when there was a bit, it's very strange because I don't know if the audience were drunk, but they seemed to be laughing at nothing. Yeah, and that was kind of off-putting. I think I would have enjoyed it more without that. Like if I was watching it on TV, I think I would have enjoyed it more. But there's a bit where at the start he gives an audience member a bell, right? And that audience member is to ring the bell when the rest of the audience is uncomfortable with what's happening, right?
So they're the audience's spokesperson.
Yeah. So, but there was one bit where he was talking about, it was, I can't remember what it was, but essentially he was like about to make out with the guy. And he was like, I will fuck you. I have done it before. And it was like inches away, and then it's like, thank you.
Yeah,
it was really funny to watch.
As in, thank you for ringing the bell. I was going to have to commit to that.
Yes, but I think it was really funny because this guy just let him go as far as humanly possible. That was good. So yeah, there was some good stuff. There was some weird stuff. Actually, you know what? I'm going to send you the picture of this guy because, like I say, it wasn't just like the whole. I was just looking at him and I was like, why is this guy like Jimmy Slonina?
Why is this guy like this?
Yeah, but I was really sad because apparently Randy Feltface was in the Fringe for like 2 shows.
Oh, is that all?
The day after Moxie and Emily left, and then by the time I knew, because I only found out because there was a sign outside their flat. I went to check for tickets and they had none. He added an extra date.
It's probably long sold out.
Yeah. He added an extra date. I went on, they had tickets. I mentioned to my mum and she was like, oh, maybe. And then looked at it, was like, yeah, cool, we could do that. And then I went on, there's no tickets left. I was like, she just bought the fucking tickets.
That's it.
Oh, I sent it to Chris.
I'm waiting.
No, it's because
Unsend it so Chris can't see it. And he was like, why did you unsend that, Brogan? How will I ever know what it was? This is not doing good things for my mental health.
It's because I was sending him something about something else.
He definitely has, Slonina vibes.
Yeah, I think it's the hair.
Yeah, the hair. And that just, like, blank, goofy look behind the eyes.
Yeah. Oh, that was another thing we went to see. So, we went to see a thing called Le Click, right? Mm-hmm. Which is a circus show. And we were kind of like, okay, what's this? Now, I don't know if you'll remember this, but 2 years ago, so the first year that we were doing this show and I went to the Fringe, I came back and I talked about a performer who had a popcorn maker on her head. Do you remember this?
I don't remember, no.
So, her name is Tara Boom. She has a popcorn maker on her head and she comes out and she's like wearing like basically nothing.
Yep. So this is a burlesque performer, yeah?
Yeah, I think you would call it burlesque. So
okay.
She has a working popcorn maker on her head and she starts making popcorn. And she gets handed a tub of butter and starts slathering butter all over her. Now, bear in mind, I'm sitting next to Mox. Emily is next to me. I recognise her. I know what's about to happen. So I'm like, have my phone pointed at them. What else do Americans put on popcorn? Mm-hmm. Salt.
Yeah.
Where does she get the salt from?
Prison wallet.
Prison wallet. She reaches up in there and pulls out the salt and pours it on that popcorn. And I will send you this picture because
Oh God, okay.
not of Tara, but of Mox's reaction. Because, like I say, bear in mind, I knew what was coming, and they didn't. And this is probably my favourite picture.
Nice little fact. MacLeod are also coming to Australia in October.
Oh.
Yep. And is that Emily with mouth agape as well?
Yep.
Yep.
Emily knows Tara as well. I don't know if she knew that act, but she had produced a show that Tara was in doing something else.
Yeah.
But that was it was literally too funny. So, yeah. So it was really good. There was some good stuff there.
Oh, wow. This is the 20th anniversary of MacLeod.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So at the very least, they come into the Sydney Opera House. And I think, speaking of Sydney Opera House, no, we'll save it. We'll wait till you've done your full recap, and then we'll continue talking about other stuff.
I don't think I have much else to say. There was a lot of eating stuff at these places. Because bearing in mind, so we'd probably start doing stuff at like 2:30.
Yeah.
I think 1:00 was the earliest we met up. So, but at the same time, finishing at like, I'd get home at like midnight, 1:30 sometimes.
Yeah.
As is usual. So I saw nobody out in this house for like days.
Oh yeah, because last year your parents weren't home, were they?
No.
Yeah, they were jet-setting travellers. Well, you know, Spain.
I think I saw Mitchell once.
Yeah.
Did I see? I must have. I think I think the Friday I'd come home at a reasonable time, but after that it was like, you know.
Mitchell's got his own place though, yeah?
Mitch has his own flat, but he was renting it out. So he's here just now while that all gets sorted.
Hi, Mitchell.
But yeah, it was really good. It was really nice. Like, I think one of the nicest things, apart from just having my little buddy here, was getting to sit and play Magic for a while. And the coolest thing about it is we were sitting there, and like I build decks a lot, but I never really get to test play them. So I was doing that with one of my decks, and when that deck gets going, it is brutal. And I could tell there's one time I used it and Mox got really discouraged, and I was like, right, okay, so the reason that you lost here is because you don't have anything to combat X, Y, and Z.
The reason why you lost here.
No, genuinely, I was like, so I wouldn't have been able to stand up with if you had stuff to remove artifacts. Because that's all this deck is. And he was like, right. I was like, okay, so here's some cards. Like, I ended up bringing a lot of my cards back and forth. And we were like looking through them, and we're looking through his stuff. And I was like, right, here, put that in, put this in. And he was like, oh, I think the problem is I need something. This doesn't work until I get this card, but I only have one thing like this. So that was really cool just to sit and do stuff like that. And then, we would phone, the amount of times we would phone Elijah and be like, Elijah, what are the rules here? So that was really like after shows where we would just go back to the flat, we'd put on YouTube and just sit and play Magic and have Curtis Connor playing on the thing, who is really funny, which if you don't know, look up his Goat Story video, because oh my fucking god, what the fuck is Goat Story? So yeah, it was just a really nice time.
Good. Now, important question.
Yes.
Did you happen to see any advertisements for a comedian by the name of Ray O'Leary?
I don't know.
He is a Kiwi. I'm going to send you a photo of Ray O'Leary. He gives me, not just by looks, he gives me Penn vibes. Like, he is hilarious. Comedy style is nothing like Penn, but like a younger Penn Jillette sort of vibe.
I think it's the hair, and I think it's the face shape. Yeah,
it's the hair and the face shape. He always wears a grey suit as well. It's kind of Tiny Tim-esque as well.
Yeah. I don't remember seeing any adverts for his stuff.
Aww.
But he doesn't look like... I mean, Mr. Chonkers didn't have any advertisements either.
I think I'm looking at a photo of Ray and Mr. Chonkers right now.
Oh, where? Show me.
Oh, it's a long way down. When I open it, it opens up a different image. So, oh well. Doesn't matter. Yeah, I figured you would have, if you'd seen that, you might have like put those two things together. But of course, I'm thinking of the wrong person. If he looked reminiscent of Teller, that would have stuck in your head.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did ask, did we talk about Teller falling off stage?
We did, yes.
We did. I asked Mox about that. I was like, is Teller okay? And he was like, oh yeah, I forgot that you had seen that.
Yeah.
Like, he's fine. He's absolutely fine. The guy isn't though, but he is. I was like, good. That's all I care about.
Now, I don't think we have talked about this because we've had guests and stuff and we haven't recorded. But we have talked about it in the past because insider knowledge, but Penn and Teller coming to Australia and the UK.
Yes.
Officially.
For the 50th anniversary.
That's right. And I think it's January in Australia. Mm-hmm. Of course, not coming to Perth. Why would they? Never do, never will.
If it makes you feel better, they're not coming to Scotland either.
Yeah,
and
that's right.
I have had a go at Glenn about that.
Yeah.
I was like, it's not a UK tour, Glenn. He was like, I know, it's just England.
And this is not an Australia tour. It's a 3-city fucking tour in Australia. Like, goddamn.
Oh,
I'm thinking,
Glen Ally, my beloved.
I'm going to buy some tickets for a show, right?
Yep.
And if I can't afford to get over there, I'll just resell the tickets. So that's the only thing I can think. I'm not going to be able to do the old multiple viewings.
Yeah.
I won't be able to do the Brogan Hastings and go to every single showing. I wouldn't be able to because I cannot do my job remotely. Oh, I guess I could digitally wash dishes. Digitally make pizza.
Yeah.
Yeah, forget about that as well, that I'd also need time off. That does make it tougher. Oh, well. All right. That is the 2024 Edinburgh Fringe Brogan Hastings recap wrapped up in a nice little bow, is it?
I think so. I don't know if... I don't know what the situation is when Emily comes back. If, like, she'd said, I'll text you when we're back to see if you want to hang out. And I was like, sure, but I wouldn't blame her if she completely forgot because she has a lot of shows.
Of course, yeah.
But, yeah, it was a good time.
All right. Now, I've got to rewind the clock here because this is apologies. This is an apologies I've got to make. So I'm just going to find it.
I accept your apology for your many, 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 many sins against me.
Brogan, I'm never apologizing to you. Now, we received an Instagram message that I believe I opened and looked at. Uh-huh. And then just plumb forgot all about it.
Wow.
This Instagram message came from... I don't know. Where's their fucking name?
It should maybe be noted that if anybody ever sends us messages on any kind of social media or email, Wayne is always the one that opens it because Wayne reads all the kind of mail and stuff like that. So I never want to open it and have a situation like this where one of us has opened it and then they're like, oh yeah, it's been dealt with.
Here we go. So this is from Amy. And this is 26th of October last year.
What?
9:38 a.m. in the morning. And they've written, just listen to the episode with Scottish bakers. Here's another one. It can also double as a contest for Wayne. How does Wayne pronounce these words? Have you got access to the Instagram?
Good question.
Oh, here we go. Shit. Hang on. Prairie Scoop. It's Prairie Scoop. Amy, Prairie Scoop.
Okay.
Prairie cheese, they say.
Okay.
Yeah, the same person who told us that someone from Perth was in the lead in the Tour de France last year.
Ah, here we go.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, got it.
So, I'm listening myself. I don't know if there's any audio. But it says, got the trilogy, and they're pulling out 3 books by the same person. The Hebridean Baker? Is that what it is? The Hebridean? Or is it pronounced something else?
Very close, Hebridean.
Hebridean, okay.
The Hebrides.
Hebridean. The Hebrides. What is the Hebrides?
It's up in the north of Scotland.
Okay, so it's a place.
Yeah.
The Hebridean Baker. Do you know of this person?
I've never heard of them.
Okay. But, yeah, they've got 3 books, though, about baking. I'm just going to go out there and say, I recommend them. They may be terrible. Listen to the books. Read the books at your own peril.
Yeah.
Yep. So thank you, Amy. Thank you for,
Sorry,
for
it took
sending that
almost
so
a
long
year.
ago. Prairie Scoop, Prairie Cheese. My deepest apologies. I think I remember looking at this and then it was at 9:38 in October. I don't know what I was doing then at 9:38 in the morning back in October.
Not answering messages.
That's right. Yep. Never answering messages. I do my best. That's all we can ever do.
Yeah.
But look, while we're at it, it's we're now into the corrections department as well.
Okay.
So, cast your mind back, Brogan, to however many weeks ago when we were recording with our good friend Big Sexy.
Okay.
And we started off by saying, tell us who you are, Big Sexy, because there's definitely people out there who don't know who you are. And I said, like my mother. My mum knows who Big Sexy is.
Really?
My mum is a listener of Big Sexy Digital Nomad.
Nice.
Yep. She was like, what are you saying I don't know who Big Sexy is? Of course I know who Big Sexy is. My apologies.
That's so cute.
So now it's public record.
I know that my mum has heard Big Sexy on stuff before, but I don't think she only listens to Pod Therapy and us.
Yeah.
I would
meant to
probably
ask my
enjoy
mum
other things.
Yeah, I don't know exactly what my mum listens to, but she was saying that there's so many podcasts she listens to that she has to rotate between them just for time's sake.
Wow.
Just to be able to, I'm guessing she listens to one to catch up, then goes to a different one to catch up.
Yeah,
that must be how it goes.
Good for her.
And look, while we're in the different departments, I think we're gonna have to go thank you department next.
Okay. We're just getting all this stuff.
Yeah, we're just doing the administration right now, but we got to thank Coach Rat Bastard because Coach Rat Bastard sent me a message. Let's see, I'll open it up and read it verbatim, unless there's things in there that I shouldn't be reading verbatim. But just out of nowhere, sent me a message with a URL and says, "You are welcome," or "I'm sorry," and we'll change it. And it was a domain name has been purchased, and I guess it's directed at our Patreon, because why would it go anywhere else? It's wayneandnoisebrogan.com. Yep. And it's just true. That's all it is. Yeah.
You're incredibly irritating.
But no, again, the word humbling is stupid. I don't agree with the meaning of the word humbling. I still don't know. It's surprising. It's not the kind of thing I expect. Yeah, definitely. But still, also not the kind of thing I expect people to do for us.
Yeah.
You know, it's like I'm surprised that people support us on Patreon even. Mm-hmm. I'm surprised people listen to the show at all. Let alone but yeah, Coach Rat's been great, very supportive. Even with my comics and that. So thank you, Coach Rat Bastard. We thanked you at the top of the episode, but we're thanking you again. All right, that's all out of the way. Again, cast your mind back weeks ago, Brogan. I sent you an image, and your reply was something along the lines of, "Are you going to give me any context for this?" Do you remember?
Oh, yeah. You just sent me a thing, and I went, I need context.
Well, I thought you would realize what it was.
No.
Yeah, I said no. Yeah. I thought you would have realized what it was, but that means, because you didn't, it clearly means it was not what it was supposed to be. It was meant to be a Peshwari naan.
That did not look like a Peshwari naan.
Okay.
Let me see.
Yeah.
I showed that image to my boss, and he went, "Oh, he's smoking crack bread." And I was like, I don't know. Because I was like, what? Because you sent me the message, or I looked at the message as I was coming back from lunch. So I'd literally just walked into the office. Why do I keep looking through Chris's message?
Yeah, you're just looking for my... Because you talk to Chris more than you talk to me, I'm guessing.
I mean, I think the tinfoil is the bit that really threw me off. I can kind of see it does look like a bit like half a naan bread.
It was delivered. Oh, it's folded in half.
Folded in half. Okay, I can kind of see
cut in half.
Yeah, I can see it now. But looking at it, I was like, I couldn't even tell it was bread.
Yeah, it looks disgusting. I'm surprised I ate it.
Did it taste nice?
Wow, it tasted. I don't think it tasted the way a Peshwari naan should.
Describe it.
So what's meant to be in it?
Coconut, raisins.
I got no coconut.
It's very sweet.
It was sweet, but I don't think it was raisins either. It was more like craisinettes or something. Cranberries. Yeah,
No,
I don't think it was
right.
It wasn't great. Like
Where did you order it from?
From an Indian restaurant.
No, as in so what I'm really asking is, on the website, did it give you a description?
No, it just said Peshwari naan.
Oh.
So I was like, I'm gonna have to do it just to see. And I was disappointed, but I also am not of the opinion that is a true representation of a Peshwari naan.
Good, because that doesn't look like a Peshwari naan.
Yeah, I'll get there. One day, it'll happen. One day. Let's see, what else we got? Oh, no. I've damaged myself forever.
How?
So, I actually watched all, for the first time ever, of Firefly and Serenity.
Wow.
I assume you've seen it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Yep. So, I loved it all. It was all great. It was all amazing, all perfect, except for one fucking part. And you know exactly what part I'm talking about.
It's been a long time since I've seen it, unless you're going to say the cliffhanger, or that there's no more.
No. This is it's a scene towards the end of the movie.
I watched it in a weird order. I saw the movie first, and then
okay. So it meant nothing to you then at the time. Okay.
Yeah.
Here we go. Let's see.
Because I didn't realise it was connected to the TV series.
I'm going to find my exact quote. So I said on Twitter, watched Firefly and Serenity for the first time. Fuck that one scene. You know which one. And then Frozen Custer said, I was under the impression that there weren't a lot of clothes dryers in Australia, so you'd be used to wash being pinned down.
Oh, Alan Tudyk being...
Yep.
Yeah, okay.
That was exactly it. Yep. I mean, it's not spoilers because it's so fucking old. I'm surprised it wasn't spoiled for me. But, yep, Alan Tudyk's character's death, he gets basically impaled.
That was heartbreaking.
Yep. I was
unexpected. I was like, oh.
Yeah. Yep. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Why would you do this to me?
Imagine watching that and then having to watch the whole series just knowing what happens and being like...
that's pretty terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was rough.
Yeah.
I used to have a Jane hat.
Yeah. What's his face? Baldwin. What's his name? Adam Baldwin.
Adam Baldwin.
Yeah. I had to Google to see if he was a Baldwin brother, and he is. Yeah.
I really liked Jane.
So when you say Jane hat, was it just about the character Jane, or was it like a hat that he would wear? Oh, or like the knitted hat.
The knitted hat.
Oh, that's great. That's cool. Yeah, good call. It took me a second to put that together to work out that's what it was.
Yep.
Young Nathan Fillion. I don't know. I like older Nathan Fillion. Mid-level Nathan Fillion.
I don't know if I can't remember the I think that might be the last thing I've seen him in, because I didn't watch Castle. I watched one episode and did not enjoy it.
Yeah.
I just found him very smarmy in it, and I was like,
well, that was the character though.
I know. I didn't enjoy watching
very
it.
Nathan Fillion.
I didn't enjoy watching it at all.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've seen parts of The Rookie on
The Rookie. Look, I like The Rookie, but it's probably because it's Nathan Fillion. If he wasn't in it, I probably wouldn't watch it. But the problem that I have with The Rookie, the problem I have with Brooklyn Nine-Nine, the problem I have with any cop show
is it's a cop show.
There's yeah, pretty much. There is always episodes where it's like, we've got to protect our own, and that is the fucking problem.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But always in the context of these shows, the cop has done no wrong. And they're being like wrongfully accused or some shit, which isn't the fucking case. So,
yeah. Do you know what? I think the only show that actually got it right was Life on Mars. Because Life on Mars showed them getting it wrong. And I suppose it's different because that was like 1973.
Yeah.
And they had a cop from 2006 who was like, you can't do this.
Yeah. I guess, yeah. I need to watch it. I want to watch it.
You've never seen it?
No.
John Slim and Philip Glenister? Oh.
You know I haven't. We've talked about this.
Ashes to Ashes is so much better, but...
Which one's the first one?
Life on Mars.
Okay.
A controversial opinion. I prefer Ashes
Yep.
to Ashes.
Yep.
But so good.
Yeah. Mayor of Kingstown kind of gets it right as well, because there are cops in that are obviously bad.
Yeah.
But and there is that protect our own mentality, which is portraying it as bad. So, yeah. So they're doing it right.
Yeah.
But that's just a show where nothing good ever happens for anybody.
Yeah.
As we mentioned, look, this is just going through my TV watching time for Wayne for once instead of Brogan. Obviously, we know that I watched all of Gravity Falls.
Yep.
I treated myself to a book by Alex Hirsch, The Book of Bill.
Nice.
Brand new book. Yep, hardcover with a dust jacket. It's just like all about Bill Cipher. I've read the intro so far, and that's it. And the intro starts off with Stanford. It's like a letter from Stanford saying, and I do just hear J.K. Simmons' voice as I'm reading it.
Yep.
Where it's set after the events of Gravity Falls, talking about him going on his journey. But then this book just keeps on appearing, and it's this like book bound in human something, brain matter or something like that. And he keeps on trying to destroy it. He throws it out, and then it just appears. And I think no one else sees the book. Or no, he hasn't told anyone else about the book for obvious reasons.
Yeah.
And it kind of explains how a reboot or a new season or something can be done.
Nice.
Because,
so he's kind of left that open for himself.
Well, it was always there, and I didn't piece it together.
Yeah.
That we're going spoilers because it's old now. The way that they defeated Bill and killed Bill was by wiping Stan's memory.
Yes.
With the memory wipe gun.
While he was in Stan's memory.
Yeah, while he was in his brain, yeah. But of course, Stan's getting his memories back, even in that last episode.
Yeah.
So that's what Stanford is saying. He's concerned that even if Stan does get his memories back, what does that mean with Bill?
Yeah.
So they've left that open. But yeah, he finishes off the letter by saying, if this book is in your possession, do not read it. Get rid of it.
Mm-hmm.
And then you turn the page and it's Bill. And he's giving an intro saying, we can do great things together. And then he says, so if you want this, just turn the next page. And then it's just like 4 non-stop pages of just, yeah. So I haven't gotten past that yet.
Yeah.
But I was kind of hoping, because Alex has also published the third journal as well.
Yes.
My guess is that there must be UV light stuff in there.
I would imagine so.
Because I got a UV light out and scanned all the pages. There's nothing in this book.
Yeah.
So I'll have to eventually get the journal and try that as well.
Yeah. I just a funny thing, I don't know what kicked this memory out. You know how from the start, Stan knows that little Gideon isn't a mind reader. Yeah. Do you know how he knew, apart from the fact that mind readers don't exist?
Well, because Stan himself is a con man.
No, he knew.
Game knows game.
No, because little Gideon always called him Stanford. And he's like, if he could read minds, he would know I'm Stanley.
Stanley, not Stanford.
Yeah.
Yep.
I thought that was a nice little nod there.
Yeah. I made a terrible mistake. I went to the cinemas.
Oh, to see?
If I've made a mistake, guess what it was?
Beetlejuice?
No, I don't think that's out yet, is it? There was a trailer for Beetlejuice.
I think it's released in America, but not here yet.
Okay. I saw Borderlands.
Now, what I will say is I have heard bad things about it.
Yep.
I've heard...
It is certified rotten, 0% on Rotten Tomatoes, rightfully deserved. The reason... Now, this movie has been completely changed, edited to hell. We know it was probably going to have an R rating. It is now PG, right? And we know that it was changed. I went into it going, look, even if it's a terrible movie, at least I'm going to get to see my buddy Penn Jillette on the big screen. Yep, and that's how we know how much it was edited, because we know what Penn's role was and what his scenes were kind of about.
Yeah.
They're cut from the movie.
Yep.
So we know it's completely fucking different.
Yeah.
It's 20 minutes in, I even try to change my mentality. I'll watch it as if it's a kid's movie. And it's still so fucking terrible as a children's movie.
Do you know how bad it was? So my boss actually went to see it. and he came back and he was like, miscast to hell. I was like, and it would have been better if they had someone like such and such as the robot. And I was like, the robot is played by Jack Black, and he went, what?
Yeah. Jack Black, I don't think knows anything about Borderlands. Oh, no. Let's be fair. Jack Black was reading a script. Yeah, he was reading a script that was put in front of him. I got 3 laughs out of the movie, and that's not an exaggeration.
Wow.
2 of them were Claptrap. And Claptrap's meant to be the comedic relief.
Yep.
It should have been non-stop laughing.
Yeah.
But one of them was just, they were all driving, I think Roland was driving, and then he gets out of the car to shoot and has someone else, has what's her face, Cate Blanchett, drive. And then she gets out of the car to help, and then Claptrap has to drive. And then Claptrap just starts going, driving, I'm driving. That was one of the laughs. And it wasn't even that great.
Yeah.
But that's because that was the second time he was narrating what he was doing. So it was funny because it was a callback.
Yeah.
I don't remember what the third laugh was because it wasn't that big.
Yeah, it's... I'm quite sad. The funniest thing about this whole thing is Penn went to the premiere.
Yeah, I know.
Penn was invited to the red carpet.
Yeah. Oh, he's buddies with Randy. So
He's buddies with Randy. Yeah. But I was like showing the picture of Penn in his little cowboy outfit to people in my work and to my mum, and I was like, this is a sin. It's like, release the Penn Jillette cut.
I reckon maybe
Postcard
it'll be
incoming.
Like, it still says directed by Eli Roth. I think
Who directed Eli Roth? I do know Eli Roth. Is it? Yeah. What happened there? I remember something happening with that.
I feel like he should have like wiped his hands from it.
Oh yeah.
It's been butchered to fuck.
Yeah.
I know there's someone who has, unless it was him who did. Maybe he was refusing to promote it or something. I don't know. But it's There's some weird stuff going on with cinema just now between that and It Ends With Us. Yeah. That is something weird is going on with that film because what is it? I said like I knew, but I don't.
It's a Colleen Hoover book, and there's been a lot of controversy about that because apparently she's just a shit person. But I keep seeing clips of it coming up because I'm tangentially connected to Book Talk. Or like my For You pages. It's every so often it went, you like books? I'm like, not this kind, thanks. And then about 3 months later, you like books? I'm like, not this kind, thanks. So I kind of know that there was a whole Colleen Hoover is a piece of shit kind of thing. Yeah. But this book essentially is about domestic violence. Mm-hmm. And the original poster and the director for it are promoting it as this is a movie about domestic violence on the director's Instagram page. It's like, if you are a victim of domestic violence, here are the numbers to call. Yeah. But the current poster for it and the way it's being promoted is very like it's a romance movie. Oh shit. Yeah. But apparently there's some shit going down with, because Blake Lively's in it. I don't know what's happening, but it's
a bold strategy for promotion, right?
I thought this, and I was like, it's so weird and so jarring to see.
Well, maybe I'm wondering if they're going for the approach right. A few years ago, there was some bus advertisements, right, on bus stops, and it was talking about like driving tired and speeding and stuff like that, and it's just kind of like a car driving down a road. Yeah. The next week, they got those posters and like tore them up and like crinkled them up so it looked like it'd been in a car crash, basically. Yeah. That sort of in-your-face kind of advertising. Maybe it's like that, where there's going to be a turn at some point on the advertising.
I don't know. It's very strange.
Because if that's what it is about, it starts off looking happy and then you know.
But it's strange that one of them would do that and the other wouldn't.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not interested in seeing the film at all, to be honest. But I'm just very aware that this is all happening. Meanwhile, Michael Keaton is out there having the time of his life at the Beetlejuice premiere. He is looking so good. How is this man 72? He does not look 72. He looks like he's in 72. His 50s max.
Yeah, I mean, he was probably in his 50s when I learnt about him.
Yeah.
But that's tangent. No, that's not the word. He is forever that age, I think, for me, in my head when I picture him. Yeah. Look,
he looks
I
like
don't
he's
know
having the
how
time of his life. There is a video of him at one of these premiere things where he had to go down an escalator, and he does that thing that little kids do where he grabs the handles
sides.
and lifts and holds himself up.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you are so cute. Oh my God.
Yeah. Now, you're saying he only wanted to be in this film as much as he was in the first one.
Mm-hmm.
If that's the case, the trailer is every second he's in the film.
I know. I'm like, on the one hand, yes, give me that Beetlejuice love. But on the other hand, I'm like, stop giving us.
He's got to be in it for a good chunk, surely. What they're advertising it as.
I wouldn't think he's in it too much more than he was the original, but I don't think he'll be it. I think he'll be in it more.
Yeah.
It might be a case of it's percentage-wise. So if the movie itself is longer than the original... I'll take a 4-hour movie. Give me Protective Papa Beetlejuice. Give me Protective Stepdad Beetlejuice.
Yeah. It looks good. I'll watch it. Yeah. I don't think I'll see it. Look, I'm burned from the cinemas after Borderlands. It's the first movie I've seen since fucking, I think, Uncharted. Wow. Which I enjoyed at least. But look, they're trying to get me to go back with Alien Romulus because it's directed by Fede Alvarez, who did the 2013 Evil Dead.
Ooh.
Yeah, and Don't Say a Word and other stuff. Not Don't Say a Word, Be Quiet, whatever it was called. I forget what the movie was called.
Yeah.
One where they break into a guy's house and he's blind and a murderer, serial killer guy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
I think it is Be Quiet.
Yeah, but I don't know. I know nothing about Alien Romulus, but everything is positive so far, except the fan base, because toxic fan bases. The way the Alien fan base works is a bit different from like Star Wars, where Star Wars fans will just hate it forever.
Yeah,
Alien fans will say, this is the worst one in the series. It's like, come on, it can't be worse than Alien Resurrection. It is. It can't be worse than Prometheus. It is. 10 years later, they turn around and say, this is the best movie ever. That's how Alien fans work.
Yeah. So give it 10 years and we'll be fine.
Yeah. Unless it's Prometheus. I still fucking hate that movie. But I liked Alien 3. I liked Alien Resurrection and all that. So, I mean, I can't just say the word, even though this is the real word. Yeah, that's correctly being used, connected to Beetlejuice, because Winona Ryder is in Alien Resurrection.
Oh, shit! Oh, cool.
Yeah.
I've only ever seen Alien 1.
Yeah, it's a good movie, though.
Yeah.
I want to watch all the Alien movies. Maybe I'll watch them all and see how I feel about going to see Resurrection, Romulus.
It's funny, because Alien's never been really a franchise that I've been like, I should sit down and watch all them.
Yeah.
But, like, there are some that I do, like Hellraiser, I love. And I always go to say this, and I can never remember the name of this fucking series.
Describe it.
It's not Prophecy. It begins Phantasm.
Phantasm.
I
think you've told me about this before.
I've talked about this before 100% because I'm like, it's the perfect ice cream social movie because Reggie Bannister is an ice cream truck driver and he's a fucking badass. Yeah. That's a great movie. But do you know what? I actually really like The Prophecy as well. Have you ever seen that?
Describe it to me.
That is an old ass movie where it stars Christopher Walken and as Gabriel and what's his face
I've definitely seen the I was going to say the album artwork cover, the cover of the poster.
Yeah, it's
Viggo Mortensen.
Viggo Mortensen, that's the guy.
Yeah.
So essentially, Viggo Mortensen is he's an angel. Well, no, Christopher Walken is the Archangel Gabriel searching for an evil soul on Earth. But there's this one scene that I will never ever forget until the day I die, where I want to say it was like an angel thing. It was a supernatural body anyway. And Christopher Walken and Gabriel goes in to check the body in the morgue and walks away and does a gesture where he kisses his fingers and like gestures it back, and that body bursts into flames, and he just keeps walking. And you're like, oh, you're so good.
It sounds familiar.
Maybe
I might have seen it. Like, it all looks familiar. Like the VHS covers, they all look like there's 3 of them at least, right?
Yep.
Yeah, the prophecy. I just can't thought the prophecy. Prophecy? It doesn't sound like a word now.
The Prophecy.
Yeah.
But it's so good. I need to watch that film again.
3. Yeah.
Wishmaster is also really good. It's a stupid fucking film, but I love it.
Yeah. Pumpkinhead?
Pumpkinhead I've not seen. No.
No, I don't think I have either. Oh, goodness. I think... Oh,
You alright?
you were going to say something? I don't know.
No, I'm just... I'm trying to find the gif of Christopher Walken. There he is.
Oh, with his fire clickies?
Yeah, if it'll ever load. But yeah, I like old horror films like that. Nothing too serious, nothing too dark.
Yeah, I think I kind of want to go on a bit of a binge of like all those sort of older style movies that I either have seen in my childhood or would have seen at the video store, that I never rented, that I never hired out. Mm-hmm. So I might do that. I might start since we've been talking about Hellraiser, like probably for the last year, I've kind of wanted to watch a bunch of them just to watch the new one, but I never get around to it.
Yeah, I like Hellraiser. I find Hellraiser so infinitely fascinating because I'm always interested when it goes into the backstory and stuff. So so the third one is a shit movie, but it splits Pinhead and his human self. Yeah. And I'm like, give me that. Give me that nonsense.
Yeah.
But yeah, I feel like I should watch I just want to send him a picture. There we go. So this is obviously an edited GIF, but is it working, or do you just get a still image?
It's just a still image, but look, I understand the premise.
No, but it looks so cool. It looks so cool. It looks so cool.
Yeah. Look, I'll find it. Look, while we're still on the call, we'll find it. Okay, just send me another message.
I'll send you
my phone, and whether it works or not, I'm going to say, "Oh wow, it worked."
It's obviously edited.
He's walking. He's going. Oh, okay, so yeah, it's an upvote thing.
Yeah.
Update. Yep.
But that is just the whole. Like, I was like kind of in love with Christopher Walken for a bit after that. It's like, he's so cool.
I do like Christopher Walken.
Yeah.
Yeah. I watched another movie last night, and it's a movie I would never have watched ever. But yesterday, I went over to my brother's place after work because he's like, "Oh, you doing anything for your birthday?" And I'm like, "No." Oh
yes, happy birthday! I meant to text you and then remembered after you'd gone to sleep, and I was like, "Shit."
That's fine. I know you don't. Asleep?
You don't generally. Well, that's true.
That's fine. I don't care. It
was late at night for me, so it was the next day for you.
Yeah. I was up messaging. Nort was messaging me at like 1 a.m. or whatever, saying happy birthday. So you could have just saying.
But then I got to say it to your face.
Yeah, there we go. Digitally to my face. So yeah, I was over at John's place and we just turned on the TV and Die Hard was on. So we watched the end of Die Hard, and then another movie started called The Man from Toronto.
Ooh.
And what surprised me was that it's on Netflix. It says Netflix film and it goes da-dong like Netflix does. But it was just on regular television.
Weird.
Like, how does that work? I don't know. Kevin Hart, Woody Harrelson.
Like, okay.
Kevin Hart is just the same character he is in every movie, right? And he gets confused for Woody Harrelson's character, who is the man from Toronto, who is a hitman.
Okay.
And then Kevin Hart and Woody Harrelson have to team up because the big bad guy thinks that Kevin Hart is Woody Harrelson and vice versa and all that. So he can't kill Kevin Hart because everyone thinks that Kevin Hart is this kick-ass hitman.
Was it good?
It was surprisingly all right.
Okay.
It was a lot better than Borderlands. Let me put it that way. Like it was
low
silly.
Bar.
Yeah, it was. There was some good moments in it. That's for sure. Like when he shows up to, because he goes to the wrong address where it's meant to be meeting his wife for her birthday weekend. So he shows up with like intimate moment things like lubrication and champagne, and there's like a very long eggplant which I assume was meant for eating.
Yeah, but
he gets there and like the contact for the hitman is going through his shit and it's like, what is he gonna do to make this guy talk? Kind of thing.
Yeah,
so it's a lot of fish out of water comedy is what it is.
Okay.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna recommend seeing it. If it's on television and you turn on the television, watch it. If Steve Zahn was in it, Steve Zahn, Moody Octopus Scale, It'll be happy. Borderlands, I'm not even going to apply that scale to it. I'm not gonna subject the Steve Zahn Moody Octopus scale to that. Right.
Yeah.
I don't know if we got anything else to talk about. I've got some other shit written down, but I'm happy to save it, honestly.
Yeah. We're coming up to about an hour and a half.
Yeah, we're done. We're done. Yeah. So it's time for self-promotion. So we'll just say, look, at the top of this episode, we thanked a bunch of people, and that's because they support us on Patreon over at patreon.com/nicepodbud. Or where else can they go, Brogan?
They go
WayneAnnoysBrogan.com.
Oh, I don't know, because you've been annoying me so much, I've forgotten everything.
Oh, yeah. Good recovery there. So what is it? Where can they go?
WayneAnnoysBrogan.com.
Yeah. Thanks again, Coach.
Thank you.
Appreciate the love more than anything else. But yeah, just a couple of bucks gets you access to all our bonus content, show notes, title cards, things like that. Brogan may put out them just talking about Magic the Gathering. Let's do that.
If that is something that people say they want to hear, is just me talking about Magic the Gathering and my thoughts and feelings on certain characters and series of Magic the Gathering, let me know, because I can and will talk about it at great length.
Trust me, they certainly can and certainly will.
The next time we get Paul on here, that's all we're going to talk about.
Oh God. Note to self, Paul Mattingly, never a returning guest. Friend of the show, never returning.
We'll just show up.
But that's okay.
You're just going to show up to a call one day and it'll be me and Paul sitting talking and you're just going to log out like, nah, fuck this shit, man.
But look, if you can't afford to give us money, that's fine. Just listening every week, except for this past week because we didn't record anything, it helps us a lot. And look, social media, liking, sharing, interacting, commenting, and just telling people about this show, get us another listener, that'd be great. But you can also interact with us on social media at NicePodBud, everywhere where we exist, and you can try to interact with Brogan at 7 Billion Needles.
Which is getting increasingly more difficult because I just do not open social media apps.
It's a good way of life.
Yeah, I am almost uncontactable on Twitter. The only person I open the Twitter app for is Jobeth. Jobeth, find another way to contact me so I could just close that app permanently. I might respond on Instagram. More than likely, if you send me a message, if you Facebook Messenger me. I don't use Facebook, but I do use a Messenger app. Yeah. If you really need me, get me that way.
Look, you could just email us at admin at nicepodbud.com.
What you could also do is you could message Wayne at WayneGeo on everything, and he will pass the message on.
But as we've learned, not necessarily the case.
It might take a while, but we get there.
It might take, it might take 10 months.
Don't forget, that wasn't to you. That was to NicePodBud.
That was to NicePodBud, yes.
So you're probably better messaging Wayne directly than you are messaging NicePodBud.
Yep.
We don't have a social media manager. We don't know what we're doing with this stuff.
No, that's right. But yeah, at Wayne Geo. That's how you find me. Anyway, thanks for stopping by and having a listen.
As always, stay fresh, cheesebags.